Hey guys, it's Ash, and welcome to a new video series where I rate every single brawler in the entire game, in every game mode, giving you guys the best builds, the best maps to play those brawlers in, and the best counters. Basically, you get to learn everything about every brawler. So today, let's start with Colette, who has quickly become a top brawler in the game now with her newest hypercharge, Teen Spirit, which not only gives her a boost in speed, damage, and shield, but it also summons a spirit that does additional damage to enemies. For her best build, always go with the Gotcha Gadget, which is one of the best gadgets in the entire game. It makes her feel immortal, especially when you combine it with her hypercharge that also gives you a shield, along with mass tax star power that gives her a 20% shield. You can do insane super chains to completely defeat all brawlers or deal multiple supers on a safe in Heist. And for her gears, I highly recommend the new Gadget Charge gear so you can abuse her amazing healing gadget even more. For her second gear, I recommend the Damage gear, as when the 15% damage increase is activated, it will help you heal more with the Gotcha Gadget or deal even more damage with her Hypercharged Spirit. Let's start with the game modes that are the worst for Colette. You should not play her in these game modes unless the enemy has like 3 tanks for their comp. Her worst game mode is by far Solo Showdown, where she only gets a 2-star rating, and Duels, where she only gets a 2.5-star rating. This is mainly because Colette is not a very good 1v1 brawler in the game. She will struggle in all solo game modes like Solo Showdown and Duels, as she often has a hard time finishing off brawlers, especially those with low health. The lower a brawler's HP, the less damage she does. Not just that, it takes her an insanely long time to charge her hypercharge in the game modes like Showdown or Duels, as it takes like 10 hits. She gets a decent 3 stars rating on Duo Showdown because of her long range and because she's one of the best tank and assassin counters. This makes her a good Duo Showdown teammate if you're a brawler like Dynamite or Mr. P and you need a teammate who can keep those Mortis or tanks like El Primo away. Her best Duo Showdown maps are the most open area ones, such as Flying Fantasy, Dark Passage, Dried Up River, and Acid Lakes. She is best in 3v3 game modes because when there are more than one target, you can choose to match up against the brawler who has the highest HP. Not just that, Colette does most of her damage when the brawler is at high health. So when there are more targets on the map, you have more options. It's just logic. She is an amazing brawler against high health brawlers like tanks, like Frank, Primo, and Bull, as well as assassins such as Fang and Mortis, and other high health brawlers like Pam and Pearl. However, she struggles against throwers and sharpshooters as she has no way to attack them through walls and is also outranged by Piper, Nanny, Brock, Mandy, Belle, and other sharpshooters. Which means game modes such as Bounty, Wipeout, and Knockout, where sharpshooters and throwers are most prevalent in, Colette only gets a 3 stars rating for them. 3 stars is pretty good. She's not useless at all, as assassins like Fang and Mortis or high health brawlers like Pearl or Carl are also common in these game modes, which makes Colette a sneaky counter pick. She receives a 3.5 stars rating on Gem Grab, as tanks and assassins are a lot more common in this mode. Her super is also very good for grabbing gems quickly. Rosa, Buster, Fang, 8-Bit, Carl, and many other high health brawlers are actually very common on this mode, making her a very decent pick. The main reason she's not higher than a 3.5 is mainly because she's not a very strong brawler on lanes and often struggles as a mid against some of the best mid brawlers in Gem Grab such as Jean, Piper, Nanny, Mr. P, and so on. She's very weak to spawners such as Terra, Spike, Nita, and other pesky lane brawlers in Gem Grabs such as Rico and Ruffs, making her a weak, risky pick sometimes. For Hot Zone, she receives the 3.5 stars as she's best in single zone maps such as Ring of Fire and Open Zone, where she can be very dominant in. But in other Hot Zone maps, she can struggle a lot unless the team has a composition full of high health brawlers. This is because walls are a big enemy for her, especially if the other team has a thrower, which are very common on most hot zone maps such as Dueling Beetle, Split, Iron Cover, Parallel Plays, and so on. Still, because of how common tanks and healer compositions with Poco and Pam are, Colette can be a staple brawler in this game mode, deserving of 3.5 stars. Her second best game mode is Brawlball, where she rates 4 stars. I'm a little generous with this rating, but it's mainly because of how common assassins like Mortis and tanks are in this game mode on ladder. This makes her a very powerful pick, allowing her to get her hypercharge a lot quicker in most games. Not to mention, many Brawlball maps have an open mid area where she can dominate, such as Backyard Bowl, Field Goal, Pinhole Punt, and the new map Stepping Stones. As for her best game mode, I think most of you guys can already guess. It's Heist. She was always one of the best brawlers in this game mode because of how easily she shuts down tanks, which are very common on Heist, and her ability to deal immense damage to the safe. And now with Hypercharge, it's just icing on the top. It makes her even more dangerous, easily making her a 5-star brawler in this mode. However, she hates maps with walls since she can't break them and her super gets blocked by them. So her best maps in the entire game are open area heist maps such as Kaboom Canyon, Safe Zone, Bridge Too Far, and Hot Potato. If you want to easily push your Colette to rank 35, then I strongly recommend pushing her in these 4 maps. So there you guys have it, the complete tier list for Colette. Hope you guys enjoyed this new format and style. Let me know if you did in the comments below and if you want more. Let me know which brawler I should make a tier list for next.